Alright guys, welcome back to another Catan video. Looking at the board, I think I'm going to go with something like the 5, 6, 9 point this way and then this point that way so that we can get on the sheep port. They definitely made an interesting choice. I think they need wood and wheat, but I don't know where they're gonna go to get that. You do have the 6-3-4 open, but that doesn't feel like a good spot. For us, I think we have a pretty good setup going on. I don't see how we can lose this. We are on the best wheat. I think I was about to say the 8-3-4 point down to build on the 6. That is a way to go about it. It's a bit of a long way, but for sure, they're going to be hunting for a wheat to settle, and we're going to have a whole lot of that. So right off the bat, we roll 2 7s, which isn't good. And my first priority is to just get on the 8, 5, 10. And from there, we're going to get going. And already we see a whole bunch of 3s and 11s. So he is flooded with brick and wood. We're going to come over here. I don't mind offering my wheat, but yeah, a bunch of... And he 7s out, which is not good for blue. You don't want that. Because they do need to port for wheat, and they should have done that. But their weakness is going to be the sheep for sure. Question is, do we get on the 4, the 8, 4, 5 or the 8, 5, 10? And I think I'm leaning towards the 8, 5, 10 just so that we can city up the other 8, 5, 10 and we can start producing like crazy. So all we need is a 5 and we can take this settle. Unfortunate. Gonna go ahead and dump out. I mean, a 5 gives it to me, right? So I'm just gonna go ahead and do this and city this up. So now all we need is a 5. Perfect. And we have to settle. So our 5 is juiced up, our 8 is juiced up. He's gonna come around over there and still not settle, which is interesting. We'll do that. Don't take the wheat. Take the brick or the sheep. Okay, takes the brick, which is fine. And for us, next turn, I'm going to go ahead and buy us a dev card, get a knight. Next city needs to be on the 11-3, or sorry, the 8-5-10. I'm going to wait for one more 10. I think we can get it. We don't. I also don't want a 7 out. If I buy a dev card, not worth it. Let's go ahead and take a city over here, and we'll city up the 10, 6, 9 because a 10 and a 6 gives us another instant city. And they really should go ahead and port it out, but they're not settling quite yet. We're going to go ahead and put it on the 11 over here. And again, they seem like they're afraid to commit. All we need is a 5 and we can have the sheep port activated. There we go. I'm gonna go ahead and take the city. Yep, let's go ahead and rock that city, get extra production going. Roll a 7, which is fine. We're gonna move it off of us and continue to block there. 9, I think, is a bad roll. Perfect, we stop an ore. We get a 5. We get a whole lot of cards. There is a world in which I can take 3, 4, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. If I go ahead and just do that. So why don't I go ahead and do that and try to stop their settled spots while I can. So we'll do this. And then I am going to just wait another 5 and we can get to the wood port, which could really change the game for us. 6 allows us to get a dev card. Would have allowed us to get a dev card. Gonna dump out this, and this, and block the 3. Perfect, I get the wheat, which you don't want that. 5 is massive, so let's actually go ahead and go for the wood port. And the reason for that is I'm stopping their settled spots. I could have also plowed, but that's okay. They need to be careful now, because now my last city, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4 gets me 2 roads. I can do that and come from here to here, cut them off, and then buy a single dev card. We should see a resign right about now. Most definitely. Yep. And overall, I think we definitely had the stronger settled spot. I think they messed up by not taking the 3, 6, 11 first. And I think they also messed up by not settling a whole lot sooner. I think they were worried about they're worried about possibly getting robbed. And because of that, I think they lost out on production, which would have turned their game around a lot quicker. So I'm going to speedrun this and try to finish this as soon as possible. And yeah, I guess I didn't even have to bother with the sheep port, which is really nice. And we're gonna continue to do that. I'm gonna move this off of them and now block their 9. Get a sheep, buy out, well, get a city going over here. And next turn we should be at 13. And then more and more devs are gonna be coming out. Perfect. So 1, 2, 1, 2, and 3. Get a road builder and 2 knights. Move that and block this. I could go ahead for the pull. Another VP. Yep, and that's gonna be the game. Very quick game. I think a very dominating victory for sure. Looking at the die stats, the 4s did roll a lot. 6s rolled more than the 8s, which would have benefited blue a lot more, and then 10s were in our favor. I think without the 10s we would not have citied up as quickly, and that would have stopped our settle spots, and that probably would have slowed down our expansion. So definitely in our favor, the fact that the 10s rolled as much as the 8s, for sure. And yeah, that's going to be it for this game. 67 resources used, not a whole lot of block, and way outproduced. Possibly my quickest game yet, and I will see you guys next time.